Hello, everyone around the world. This is Badar Raja, and it's a short message from me to everyone around the world, no matter where you're from, whatever background you're from, whoever you support in terms of religiously, politically, or you do not support anyone, and you're apolitical, atheist, a everything, basically. So, what I personally feel. How 2024 has been. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. So I'm just gonna recap it in about like 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm gonna post it up. What it is basically, to start off with, this year, like every year, had high hopes. However, as the year progressed, certain things or you know events, whether it would be in the political demographic or it would be in terms of how financially things turned out to be, or how certain cultures were either oppressing or being suppressed. I found it a bit of an extremist year, to be honest, in terms of certain nation and groups of people being really suppressed, and certain ones, despite of oppressing them, despite of doing whatever they wanted, eventually towards the end of the year somehow came on top of everything. So yeah, I would rather leave everything to the side, and we all know how things went. But personally, because I'm live in UK, I'm a Londoner for the past at least about 25 years or something. I thought I'd just like share a little bit of thoughts that I have about how my life had turned out to be in 2024. So what it is, since the start of pandemic, we were told that at the end of 2023 to 2024, the repercussions of the pandemic would be over, and everything would go back to normal. However, whoever predicted that totally got it wrong, because things did not work out to be the way we expected it to be. Travel became very expensive, living became very expensive, everything became extremely expensive. And more than anything, I personally think that it was like a way to kind of like, passively set everything, every blocks in a way that the masses could be controlled despite of the free information which is available to everyone and anyone. Today, having the information and being able to express that you have that information costs nothing, right? It's holding the information until the right time and then letting it go, which has the real money in it, basically. So, one thing I think is that our attention span and everything costs. Nothing which we see over the social media, over everywhere else, over legacy media, I will call it now, is for free. Everything, our attention span costs. And that is what, the major companies of the world, this, whether it be power, whether it be like, cryptocurrency, whether it be social media, anything, our attention is what grabs, like whatever grabs our attention makes money for the ultra rich, basically. So what I would only suggest is that be very careful, because there's numerous amount of information, and everyone thinks in their domain, because they've been following a certain way of life, a certain political right or left wing, or a certain way they started living their life religiously or something. They're the ones who are utmostly correct. But reality is that I would suggest everyone to do a little bit of more research. The biggest addictive drug on the planet is currently sugar, which I think I've given up on sugar, and my life has become so healthy. Number two, I would suggest have some sort of active lifestyle, because the more you do that, the less you think about all of these things which are being like poured into your brain by the little smallest to the biggest screen around you. And even to a point where like these things are even in cinema now as well, and they've been throughout history. There have been people who wanted a little bit of control. The big three in US, in the Wall Street, and anyone anywhere in the world. There people like, for example, my ethnicity is from Pakistan, right? And the way we have been oppressed by power hungry vultures, basically, who have not only stolen an election, which has been proven globally, they have, prosecuted people who did not have nothing but political motive in military terrorist courts, basically. So not only that, there's been quite a lot of things going everywhere in the world. Having no voice, you'll get suppressed. Having a lot of voice, people might not like it. So try and find a medium way somehow to get along with everything. And what I would suggest is that even though everyone's like really excited about 2025, but the reality is it'll be a roller coaster ride for everyone. So if you're not fittest, it's basically the game is survival of the fittest, to be honest. So you start off with yourself. I always say that before religion, before our ideology, before our political affiliation, before our nationality, before our ethnicity comes ourselves, our health. So start off with your health, do something about that first, and make it a habit. Do not make it a resolution, make it an addiction, basically. Health should be an addiction. Cleanliness should be an addiction. Good food should be an addiction. Like, fast food and the amount of food. Good friends should be an addiction. Not the fact that, if I get like 10 likes or 10 million likes, it doesn't matter. If you have 10 friends or if you've got a big circle and you have to have a different mask whenever you go to a different circle, it's not life. You're not living a life. You're becoming a zombie. So try and live to the fullest and have good intentions for everyone. But whenever it comes to your rights, don't give up on them. I really pray for the people in the world who have, no power to say and no power to be free, to have some freedom of themselves, but not too much freedom as well. There have to be a mediation of everything, basically. 2024 has been an extremist year. It has not been something that we can be proud of, like in any way. I did not like it, honestly. And although there's some new faces on the horizon starting next year, but I am hopeful, and I'm a very hopeful person. I've always been hopeful since the beginning, because there's something new which has never been politically correct, and I hate politically correct wolves in like sheep hide, basically. Do not go for sugar-coated, orchestrated statements that would just attract you because they're too sweet to hear. Go for actions. Forget about going for words. My final thing that I would say to you, everyone around the world, is don't go for the words, go for action, and be brave, be positive, have good intentions for everyone, and let 2025 be a massive, massive, a new start for everyone, hopefully. Thank you very much. Take care.